Hey, what's up, guys? Combat Critic here. In this video, I want to give my pick for this upcoming boxing fight between Jake Paul, the problem child, and Nate Diaz. So, Nate Diaz, who recently retired from the UFC and MMA in general, is now fighting in boxing and he's fighting Jake Paul. So Jake Paul, who is a boxer, has a record of 6 wins, 1 losses, and out of the 6 wins he has 4 knockouts. And if we talk about Nate Diaz, so Nate Diaz has not fought in boxing, even though he has had a lot of fighting experience in MMA, but however he has no experience in boxing. And this man is really a grappler. If you look at it, he is a BJJ expert. His hands are good, but he does not have the one punch knockout power. However, his best attribute in this fight is going to be his chin. I think he has a really good chin. He can take a lot of punches. That Mexican chin is goated, and I don't think Jake Paul will be able to crack his chin. Let's talk about some of the physical stats, whatever I could gather, because Nate Diaz does not really have a boxing record. So let's see. His height is 6 feet and it is 6 feet 1 inches for Jake Paul, so pretty even in the height. However, Jake Paul will have a 1 inch height advantage. If we talk about weight, so again, Nate Diaz fought in the lightweight and the welterweight in the UFC, whereas Jake Paul, I believe, is a light heavyweight. He is a big guy. Nate Diaz, I expect him to be the smaller fighter inside the ring. If we talk about the reach, it is 76 inches for Nate Diaz and also 76 inches for Jake Paul. So they are neck to neck in the reach. Sorry, they are pretty even in the reach as well. If we talk about the stance, so it is southpaw for Nate Diaz, and if we talk about Jake Paul, he is orthodox. So this will be interesting how Jake Paul does against a southpaw. However, I don't think he will have much problem. If we talk about the age, so age is a big factor. Jake Paul is the younger fighter here, whereas Nate is really 38, I believe. He is nearing his 40s and he is past his prime. He is retired and he's not fighting in the UFC. So he is really, his best days are behind him now. If we talk about some of the striking numbers, so the strikes landed per minute, these are the UFC stats. Is 4.57 for Nate. Striking accuracy is just about 50%. Strikes absorbed is 3.77, so he gets hit a lot, and because of his chin, a lot of that kind of gets overlooked. But this is a boxing fight, and Jake Paul has some serious power, as we saw in the Tyron Woodley and the Ben Askren fight. So he can, put anybody out cold. However, Nate Diaz, I don't think his chin is that you can, crack that Jake Paul will be able to crack him. So Jake Paul has in 6 fights 4 KOs. This man has knocked out a lot of people. However, I don't think he has the power to knock out Nate Diaz. His striking defense is 52%, which is decent. If I have to pick a winner of this fight, I will have to go with Jake Paul. I don't think he'll finish Nate Diaz. I'm picking him to win via unanimous decision. I don't think he'll be cracking that chin, that Mexican chin of Nate Diaz. However, I really hope that Nate Diaz gets a moral win and knocks down Jake Paul at least in one of the rounds. For us fans, that will be a moral victory for Nate Diaz, like he did against Leon Edwards in the last round of their fight. So something like that, if he can do against Jake Paul, I'll be more than happy. I'll declare Nate Diaz as the best boxer ever. And we UFC fans really want to see this man get beat by a UFC fighter. So let's support Nate Diaz. However, I don't think Nate Diaz will win this fight. If he gets a knockdown or two, I'll be more than happy. That's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video.